Hi, it's Chris, and welcome back to the Sea. That's something else, Amazon. What do we have on the show today? As you know, when I get into a hobby, I go kind of whole hog, and lately it's been the M4 and the Thunderbolt. Recently, I did the Quiz Labs Thunderbolt 5 drive with the Thunderbolt 4 hub and different things that we did in the past. The little Cybertruck drive, it works great. I love it. With the Gen 5 SSD, it's even faster. So I thought, you know what it needs? It needs a Thunderbolt 5 hub, even though the M4 is Thunderbolt 4. For now. I went on the old jungle store and got myself the WAVLINK 12-in-1 Thunderbolt 5 powered super dock. And this gives you 80 gigs of data, 120 gigabit of bandwidth for video transfer, 140 watt instant charging for a USB-C, 3 Thunderbolt 5 DFP ports for 80 gig. You can do dual 8K 60 Hz or triple 4K 144 displays at 120 gigabit. 4 USB-A, 1 RJ45 Ethernet, 1 UHS-2 micro SD card, and 1 3.5 millimeter combo microphone jack, speaker plug stuff. Now this is going to replace the Thunderbolt 4 that I have, the Thunderbolt 4 dock that I have. So let's open up this box and see what we got. That's bags for 3D printer element stuff. So I'm going to carefully open this plastic here, and we're going to take a peek and see what we got on this unboxing. Now I have a lot more, that's a word. A lot more Thunderbolt devices than I thought. And I'm also plugging in some of those hubs into this thing too to see if I could, you know, not use the Mac but use these to communicate between the two devices. Oh, it's a little larger than I thought. And heavy. Oh yeah, look at this bad pickle. Wow. That is pretty beefy. Let's unwrap her dress. I thought this was going to be smaller than what it was. I was not expecting 2.5 gig Ethernet, so we have 2 in the back, 2 10 gig USB Type-Cs, a power button, a Kensington lock, and 120 volt or 20 volt DC power in, which is in the box. 100 through 240 volt, 20 volt, 11.5 amp, 230 watt power supply. You get a tool to keep your Thunderbolt locked in place. That's important. It has a screw so you can screw it in so it's not going to come out. I guess that's for the, it says computer, so it doesn't unscrew. So you screw this in here. It prevents the cable from being pulled out. That's kind of cool. I guess you got to use their Thunderbolt 5 cable. There's another thing in here. What's this? A screwdriver. A thicker handled screwdriver. And yes, it does say 5 on the plug. So you put this on your dude here, like that. With this, then you insert it. And screw this in. That way, it's not coming out. You don't have to worry about the cable coming out at all. You figured it would be nice if they put the connecting cable in the rear. If this is the back that has Ethernet now, 2.5 gig Ethernet, this is called the Thunderlight dock. Now, of course, these are not going to be for everyone. But when I get into a hobby, I go full force. How to use. Power on, plug at one end into your docking station, plug the other end to a power outlet. The power switch on the docking station is used to turn on and off the dock. In the initial state, when there's no host, it will be displayed red. After you connect to a Thunderbolt host, it will turn green. Combo audio jack. Micro SD SD card reader. UHS-2 SD 4.0. USB-A 10 gigabyte. USB-A 10 gigabyte. Thunderbolt 5 host port. 140 watt charging plus video, Thunderbolt 5 port, status indicator, and power switch. On the back, Kensington lock, Thunderbolt 5, so 1, 2, 3 Thunderbolt 5 ports, 2 10 gig USBs, 2.5 gig Ethernet, and DC plug in. So let's get it hooked up on the Mac tower. My messy disk. Okay, for this test, the only thing is the Mac. It's the only thing in. The Ray Q's unhooked. The Oracle is unhooked. We are running the Thunderbolt and the Mac with my messy desk and all my Plex stuff. And sonar. And radar. This cable's draped in the way just so we can see what the hell's going on. I'm going to plug in my Thunderbolt 5 drive to this device. It should turn green. Green. Let's do the black magic. I don't notice a damn difference. I have a screenshot of all the other drives, so it's on par with the Gen 4 Thunderbolt 4 test. 3523. It's about the same with this. Now, that is with that drive. Again, we're going to put in the Samsung Gen 5 9100. Okay, so this is the Gen 5. Here's my Western Digital Black. Alright, so here's the Gen 5 drive. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use my original ACASys with the original Gen 4 drive. So this is my original drive. This is the Thunderbolt 5 drive, 5 cable, 5 hub. Green, green. Now we previously covered this case from Quiz Labs in another video. That's why I was pulling those up. So we have data on there. Let's run a black magic on it again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my previous results from the Quiz Labs test. This was using a direct connection and also docked connection. Here, that's 4200. That's the best one yet. So that's the best one yet. So there you go. So Gen 5 SSD on a Thunderbolt 5 hub is even faster than it was plugged in directly. I don't know how. Miracles. So the WAVLINK is doing its thing. And the WAVLINK is going to replace my other cable time dock. It's smaller. This thing is monster truck. It does have a fan, supposedly, and an SD card reader. Let's do something else. I'm going to plug a Thunderbolt 4 drive. Alright, here's my 2 terabyte NVMe. Here's the Gen 5. So now, just for comparison, the Gen 5 on the left. So there you go. So just so you can see that Gen 5 and the actual Thunderbolt 5 stuff is working. On the left is the 5th generation 1 terabyte Samsung 9100 Pro. Right here. Generation 5 M2 SSD. This is a Western Digital Black Gen 4 X4 on Thunderbolt 4, which is 40 gig. This is Thunderbolt 5, 80 gigabit per second. And you can clearly see the difference. 3,410 megabytes per second, 4,247 megabytes per second, 3,000 read, 2,700 read. Now this is Macintosh Thunderbolt 4 hub thing. Take it for what it's worth. I think it's freaking great. The Thunderbolt 5 stuff is an upgrade. It is great. I'm happy with it. The USB lights up. It's not going to be any faster. USB hub works. This is a USB Type-C hard drive. It's 10 gigger, so I have a 20 gig connection. I'm going to use the same Thunderbolt port here for this drive. This will power up, partition, it'll tell me 10 gig connection. There's my drive. More YouTube stuff. We're on the Blackmagic speed test on it. This is a USB Type-C drive. It's the only drive on the system besides the Macintosh hard drive. It's 1 terabyte. And hit it. See? So USB-C to Thunderbolt. It's over double the speed. And then I thought this was great. Coming from my crappy stuff, I thought it was great. And it is great. Yeah, so that's megabytes, that's not in bits. So this does what it says. I'm pleased with how it does it. It is very large and was very expensive for what it is. But if you're a video editor, if you're a photographer, if you're someone who needs quick access to your media, it's the new world, and we have to pay to play. Times are changing so much with these drives. I just have a couple of them. You know, I kind of go all out, and look, I told you, when I get into a hobby, I'm not done. Oh. So I started out with this. This was a Western Digital, or no, Secrate 4 terabyte USB 3 backup. Then I went with this one. This was a USB Type-C 10 gig. Then I went with this one, which was another one. I had RGB video from Lantech. Then this one's got a cool LCD screen, like a thermometer. Then this one came from Mr. Jonathan. Looks like a cassette tape. And it says SATA 3 hard drive. Hard drive enclosure, 2.5 inch. If that's 2.5 inches, holy crap. I'm in the wrong business. Then I had one of these little M-Techs, 550 meg per second junk. Then one of these. Then the blank one. And then this USB-C, which is from JE. And I thought this was the cat's meow. Then this, at 40 gig. This was thebomb.com. Until the old Cybertruck from Quiz Labs took the cake. And this has been the new prince of the basement and my media. Now that isn't everything that I do. Of course, I have the Orinco Tower that you may or may not have seen. Did I release it yet? I don't know. And many other things. And we did the RayQ dock, and that's USB-C. So, many things. Like I said, when I go into a hobby, I go into it hard. And I am very pleased with this. A button that I can turn it off. My other one does not have any way to turn off. Alright, so I just powered it up. It's upstairs here. Upstairs there. On the messy desk. Sorry for having you guys on my messy desk, but I figured it's a change from the workbench all the time. You get to see that my main desk is just as trashed as everything else. Because it's another section. So we're going to run a Samsung Pro Ultimate 128 gig micro SD 4.0 card in a 4.0 slot. And this has to go upside down. Crazy. Alright, so I formatted this card exFAT, 128 gigabytes. I'm just going to copy some data to it. It's a pretty fast card, so I'm going to copy 8 gigs of MP3s. 3 minutes to copy. I have no idea what the speed it's getting. It's 8 gigs, 3 minutes. On a Thunderbolt 5 drive, that would take like a second. We're going to test the little SD card. So 339.2, 156.1 on a SD card. That's pretty daggone good. So the reader's working extremely well. I am pleasantly surprised with the speed of that reader. That's better than the little tower things that I've previously had. Now for my final bit of testing on this hub, I'm going to copy data, copy my iMovie library. It's 115 gigs. I mean, that's gigabytes of data. That's incredible. And I know there's faster things out there than that. But I have what I have. And I don't know a PC that's got Thunderbolt without a card. So we just copied 115 gigs in about a minute. That was incredible. Cool. 442 gigs. That's going to hammer this drive. And that's only going to take about 4 minutes. If the drive doesn't overheat and eject itself, which super fast drives are prone to do if they're not properly cooled. Alright, so that is a win for me, about 4 minutes. I sped up the footage because, God, it takes forever to copy stuff. I know it's only 4 minutes, but when it's half a terabyte of data pretty much. If you hear any arguing upstairs, that's my kid deciding that she's hungry again. But it would be nice to run some displays off of it with its power capability and really toss it to the world. But the Thunderbolt 5 and 4 devices that I now am accruing with my video editing prowess and just general curiosity of the technology is going pretty well. So thank you guys for watching on this one. I am way more pleased with this dock, even though it's large and the input is in the front and should be in the back, than the original Cable Time one. Now the Cable Time dock is great. It has 4 Thunderbolt 4 ports, and that's including the feeder and a USB Type-C and a little card reader. This has 3, 4 with the feeder, but 3 usable, and then some USB Type-Cs. That's all I got for this one. If you're interested, links in the description below. Thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you learned something.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?